Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today what I thought I'd do is take a look back over the Inkvent inks from 2022. We'll do a quick look at all of the inks, and then what I'm going to do is pick out the top 5 inks, and I'll do a very quick writing sample with each of them. So join me now down on the mat. Let's dive straight in and take a look at the 2022 Inkvent inks. What we'll do is we'll start to fetch out the ink swatches. Day 1, we had this really nice bright blue colour. Day 2, Yule log. Just look at that. I love this brand, and I love the way we've got that copper there, like shimmering away. Day number 3, Solar Storm. So we've got a nice purple. Reminds me a bit of the night sky. Then we've got in there, we've got some green. I think that's Chameleon. Day number 4, we had Spruce, a glorious dark green ink. Day 5, Spiced Apple. We've got this beautiful red, and there again you can see we've got gold there, or copper maybe, shimmering through. Day number 6 was Ghost. Nice grey, and look at that, we've got lots of hints there of purples and some pinks and some different colours. Quite interesting. Day number 7 was Alpine. Another nice green. This one looks like it's got either a white or a silver shimmer to it. Day number 8, that was Jingleberry. Unusual colour for me. This is quite a nice, I don't know, would you call it like a raspberry type pink? Different colour, isn't it? Day number 9, Cardinal. Another bright red colour. Standard ink. Nothing there really in the way of shimmer or sheen. Day number 10, the first one where I managed to spell it wrong. This is Diamine Dusted Truffle. I don't know why my brain keeps saying it's Dusty Truffle. It's not, it's Dusted. So it's another brown ink. I do like my brown inks. This one, we've got that white, that silver shimmer coming through. Day number 11, the Apple Teeny. Sounds drinkable, doesn't it? Nice bright green. Day number 12, Memory Lane. So it's like a dusty purple colour. Again though, we've got that nice gorgeous there. Can you hopefully see it? We've got some shimmer coming through there. Day 13, Upon a Star. Blue ink with a red sheen. Also looks like we've got some green shimmer in there as well. Really nice. Actually quite like that. Doesn't make my top 5 though. Day number 14, Three Kings. This is like a yellowy brown. I think it might be a bit too pale for me. I need to see what this one's like in a pen. Nice colour though, isn't it? Day number 15, Pick Me Up. By day 15, I certainly need picking up. There we go. This is another brown. But if I can get the light right there, we've got a nice green sheen to it. Day 16, Serendipity. So again, looks like it's a blue background with a red sheen and then that goldy or coppery coloured shimmer to it. Day 17, Flame. Nice bright orange colour. Day number 18, Olive Swirl. Unusual coloured green, this one. And we've got in there, hopefully the light catches it, it's very subtle, we've got a green shimmer. Day 19, Silent Night. There, you know, doesn't that look, it's like a dark, is it a blue-black? I think I see some hints of a red sheen though. Does remind me of nighttime. Day number 20, Arctic Blast. There we go. So we've got a nice pale blue there. We've got red sheen and we've got a blue shimmer coming through. Day number 21, Cozy Up. This is like a salmony pink colour. Day 22, Celebration. Again, like a salmony pink colour. We've got a bit of a gold shimmer coming through on this one though. Day 22, Deck the Halls. Nice purple colour. Again, there's a very subtle shimmer in there. Day 24, One More Sleep. Nice Standard blue colour. Unusual blue for me. I don't have many other blues with very similar tones. Then day 25 was Best Wishes. This is a green ink, but we've got there a red sheen and we've got a gorgeous red shimmer. So that was a 25 inks. Let me get these out of the way, and then when we come back, I'll go through my top 5. Time to go through my top 5 list. What I'm going to do is fetch them out in day order. So it's not my order that of least favourite to the most favourite, it's just the order of the days. The first one, we're going to go for day number 2, Yule log. Here's the bottle. So this is, if you can see there, a shimmer ink. Just fetching my swatch card. Here we can see the swatch card. We've got this gorgeous brown, and there we've got, coming through on there, this coppery shimmer. What I've also done for this video is I've done an additional 2 swatches for each of the top 5 inks. This is partly because I wanted to see what they look like, but also partly is I want to see if I can get away from using the Pilot Parallels pen. So I'm trying 2 different ways of doing my swatches. The left-hand swatch, that will always be using a Q-tip. The right-hand swatch, that will be done using a paintbrush. So in this comes, this is a card that I got, just an index card, got it from the stationery store. So a Q-tip, paintbrush. We can actually see quite a big difference between the 2 different styles, can't we? I mean, they're both showing that shimmer. We've got a lot darker colour here with the paintbrush. And with the Q-tip, what I've done is I did a single pass all the way down. Then I did a second pass over the top. Still think this is quite nice. I love the shimmer on this. Let's move this to one side. To me, what's a pen video, even an ink video without a writing sample? So this ink is in here. This is a TWSBI Diamond 580. It's got a broad nib. I'm just agitating it so we can get all of that shimmer there into suspension. Let's do some writing. So we have here a TWSBI Diamond 580, broad nib, the ink, Diamine, Yule log. I do like brown inks, I think they're quite interesting. Just going to write a sentence. Then I'll just do a quick pass there. I'm just going to do one just to see how wet it is. One thing I have noticed with this ink in my test writing, you don't often see the shimmer immediately. It needs a few minutes to dry. What we'll do, let's see what we've got now. So look at this up here on the first sentence, that TWSBI Diamond 580. Yes, I know, it's been sat overnight. This is the first time writing with it. But just look at that gorgeous shimmer. Same here on the second line with the Yule log. I don't know if I can catch that on the camera. It's quite difficult sometimes to show shimmer. But even when we get down to the sentence, you can see lots of shimmer coming through. What we'll do another couple of inks, then we'll actually come back and have a quick look at that just to see how it's going. So that was the first ink. Next ink we've got is Spiced Apple. Nice red colour there. If we look on this, this is a chameleon ink. Now, from what I've been able to tell, the difference between a chameleon and a shimmer, the chameleon inks, the shimmer particles seem to be a lot smaller. Let's look at the swatch card. So here we've got Diamine Spiced Apple. Gorgeous red. Just look at that chameleon there, sparkling away. If I fetch in the other card that I did, this is very different. You've seen a lot more of the sparkle. Yes, with the Q-tip where we've got the 2 passes, see a little bit on the bottom, but where I've used that paintbrush, just look at that. I'm still not sure whether I'm going to continue using the paintbrush or the Q-tip. That's something I need to experiment a bit more with. I think it goes on too thick with the paintbrush though, so I might stick with the Q-tip. But I like this. I mean, just look at that gold colour there. Really fetches this ink to life. Let's move that to one side. So the pen that I've got this in, it's actually another TWSBI. This is the TWSBI VAC 700R. I know, living life dangerous putting a shimmer ink into the vacuum pen. This one is very easy to clean out though, so I thought, well, I'll get away with it. Just again, make sure that's all agitated, and let's do some writing with this. So we've got TWSBI VAC 700R. Again, I've got this in a broad nib. Where possible, I like to keep my shimmer inks in a broad or even a stub nib because I think you see the best results. The ink is Diamine Spiced Apple. As I'm writing with it, I can see where the apple name comes from. The red, it reminds me of Red Delicious apples. Really nice. I think it looks really good in here. And write a sentence. Goes down really nice. Let's do a hash and a wipe. Moderately wet. Nice looking ink. As it's drying, again, just look at that shimmer coming through that chameleon. You know, yes, I think it's a gold, but sometimes, depending how I catch the light, it looks like I've got hints of green sparkling off. Really nice. Let's take a look at the one above, though. It's had a couple of minutes now to dry. You know, we've got that gorgeous, it's like a coppery shimmer there, and that's coming through in virtually every letter. And with that gorgeous brown background. Let's look at ink number 3. Ink number 3, we're actually jumping a few days now. So we've got day 2, we've got day 5. Ink number 3 is Pick Me Up. This was on day number 15. It's a brown ink. Let's take a look at the side. This says it's a scent and a sheen. So it does have a scent. To me, it's a very sweet scent. And it's like a sweet, syrupy coffee is what reminds me of. Let's take a look at the swatch card. So here we've got that brown, and we've got a gorgeous green sheen coming through. When this ink goes down, you can smell the coffee. It quickly goes away though as it dries. Let's have a look at the other swatch card. So here we go. Diamine Pick Me Up. Q-tip, paintbrush. Very, very different, aren't they? So with a Q-tip, where we've got the single pass, just got a lot there of the brown. Where I've done that double pass, you can see a lot more of that green sheen. Over here, though, certainly, to my eye, this is very dark. Lots of green coming through. But what's important is writing. How does it look when it comes out of a pen? Just move the page up ever so slightly. So in here, I'm going for my Leonardo Momento Zero Grande. Don't need to agitate this one because it doesn't have any shimmer. Goes down very dark. This is a medium nib on here. So we've got the ink, Diamine, Pick Me Up. And I'll write a sentence. In case you're interested, the paper I'm using is Oxford Optic paper. It's a really nice fountain pen friendly paper. Let's take a look at this then. Hopefully we can start to see some of that green sheen. It's certainly a brown, it's a very dark brown. I'm not seeing much in the way of sheen at the moment. So what we'll do, like with the others, we'll leave it a couple of minutes and we'll come back and look at it. Let's have a quick relook at Spiced Apple. So here with the Spiced Apple, you can see certainly the first two lines, we've got a lot of that chameleon there coming through. Not so much on the sentence. It's there, but it's more subtle. It's less in your face than it is certainly on that first sentence, that TWSBI VAT 700R. Ink number 4. This is day 18. Olive Swirl. This ink is another chameleon ink. It's fetching a swatch card. So this is an unusual green for me. The only green I've had which was very similar was Rora and Klinger Alt Goldgrun. That was only a sample that I had. And certainly the base colour did seem very similar. But on this swatch you can see a little bit there. Very, very subtle with that green shimmer. If I fetch in the other card, so Q-tip paintbrush, single pass only at the bottom, double pass at the top with the Q-tip. Here you can actually see it. You can see more of that sparkle there coming. Where I've done the double pass, where I've done the single pass, don't really see much in the way of that chameleon. If we look where we use the paintbrush, again, where I've gone thicker, just look at that chameleon really showing through. You can still see a fair bit down here at the bottom where I've only had the one pass. But again, I think there was a lot more ink went down compared to using the Q-tip. And certainly compared to using that Pilot Parallels pen. Pop that to one side. Let me just move the page up again. So the pen that this is in, this is a sneak peek of a pen. I've already filmed the first impressions of this pen. It's just it won't come out until... I'm not sure if it's during January, it might even be February, but I wanted to put this ink in this pen specifically. The pen, the colour of it is called olive. And I thought, well, what better than to put olive swirl and olive colour into an olive pen? So here's the pen. This is a Monteverde Ritma, as you can see in the olive colour. Heavy pen, metal pen. So let's do some writing. So Monteverde, Ritma, another broad nibbed pen. The ink, Diamine, Olive Swirl. The sentence, there you go. Wetness. Yeah, moderately wet. I've just noticed I didn't do the wetness on the pick-me-up. Just go and redo that. This is a fairly wet ink. It's one where I need to leave it well over a minute before turning pages. I like the colour. It's unusual. I like greens anyway, but this is definitely an unusual green. I've got to be honest, I don't see much in the way of that chameleon coming through. And I've noticed this no matter what paper I've used it on. You get little bits, but you don't get a lot. So it's very, very subtle. I don't mind that because I like the base colour. And then where we do get a little bit coming through, it really accentuates that. Not seeing any on here. Maybe there, yeah. We can start seeing it coming through there on the M and the I. What we'll do, we'll give that a minute to dry whilst we look at the final pen and ink. Then we'll come back and look at it. Let's move the page up, just so I've got room now for my final one. So the final ink, well, I had to go for day 25. Best wishes. This is the 30ml bottle. So it doesn't tell you on the side what it is. Just wait till you see it there. It's got a gorgeous sheen. It's got a gorgeous shimmer. And it's green, even better. Let's look at the swatches. So here, this is the colouring card. You can see, the green background. Gorgeous red sheen. And then that green sparkling away there. Fetching the other swatch card. With the Q-tip, not really much with the sheen, but we do see some of the shimmer showing up in the bottom. The top, we've got that gorgeous sheen coming through as well, and the green there really fetching it out. If we look with the paintbrush, again, very similar story. Because this is going down thicker, we're seeing a lot more of the sheen. We're seeing an awful lot more of that gorgeous shimmer. So what pen could I put it into? Well, I've got to be honest, there was only one choice. I've put it into my Benu Talisman Dragon's Blood, one of my Christmas pens. You know, this is greens, we've got reds. It's picking up really everything from that ink in the actual body. This is going to become an ink which is going to have to fight it out with Diamine Garland, for which is the one that I prefer in this pen. So I've just been agitating it whilst I've been talking, just to make sure we get that shimmer there into suspension. So we've got here a Benu Talisman. So you can see it goes down with this gorgeous green colour. We've got a broad nib on this. The ink, Diamine Best Wishes. I think that's a brilliant name. Let's have a sentence. There we go. That jovial queen, them horrible wizards still attacking her. Can we see much coming through yet? I don't see anything. I can just really see the green. As I start to move the paper, certainly in the first two lines, I'm seeing a lot of that green shimmer coming through. Let's give that some time to start to dry. We'll do a wetness test. To be honest, there's not a lot of difference between the inks on here, you know, when I'm doing this swipe test, but I do find when I'm writing, the Diamine Pick Me Up does seem to be a little bit on the wetter side. Right, whilst we're still leaving that to dry, let's look here at the Ritma with the olive swirl. Again, as you can see, there's not a lot coming through. I can maybe see on the brackets on the B and see a bit there of shimmer. Not all that much though. As I say, I've noticed this with all the papers. It's very, very, very subtle. With the Diamine Best Wishes, again, I don't see much of that red sheen. What I am seeing there, I'm seeing a lot of the shimmer. As I say, I think this ink is going to become a contender for going into that pen for next December. Let me just see if I can reposition this and get a little bit of all the writing samples on the page. Now, we can't see them all, but we can see a little bit of each of them. So my top 5, they include day number 2, which is Diamine Yule Log. Day number 5, Diamine Spiced Apple. Day 15, Diamine Pick Me Up. Day 18, Diamine Olive Swirl. And day 25, Diamine Best Wishes. Now, I will be honest, there is one ink that is my jump out, stand out favourite of the lot. That's Spiced Apple. I think this ink is absolutely gorgeous. Just look at the red. Just going to try and capture that shimmer again for you. Absolutely love this. I love the contrast between the shimmer and the actual red. And it's an unusual red. Now, my wife's got me on an ink buying freeze, but I think later in the year, if Diamine should release these as standalone bottles, this is one that I'll be asking for special permission to buy a full bottle of, because I can see me using this up. I think in this Fact 700R, I think it's a really nice pen for it, and I'm intending to do a full fill at the moment, just for testing. I only put a little bit of ink in, but what I want to do is actually give this a full fill, because I really like that as a combo. So these were my top 5 inks from the Diamine Inkvent Calendar of 2022. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. So that's my top 5 Inkvent inks. What are your top 5? Why not drop the list down below? Let's kickstart a conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.